Alright, boys, we have returned. Currently recording this the next day, I think. I don't know. I have no sense of time at this point. Anyway, March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. I recognize someone from these people. This motherfucker right here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. This guy. This is the director, isn't it? Was it the director? I think that's what this shit was, but it was the perverted dude from the Steel Samurai case from the first game. I think. Yeah. Nah, I never thought I'd see that bitch again. I hated that guy. Alright. I know that once we have landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. Thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So, I'm left wondering, what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. Yeah, baby! Francisca! Francisca, I thought we were still in Germany. What voice should I give her? I had to go where I am needed. Fuck, I don't know how to voice her. And wherever were the criminals to be caught. Her name is Francisca von Karma. I don't know if that's a good voice at all for her. The daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I am placing you under arrest. Ah, shit. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day. My goodness gracious. When a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Wait. It was all just a big misunderstanding. Oh shit, stop, Von Karma. Ah, fuck. I didn't kill the victim. Alright, just improvise there because I couldn't read misunderstanding for fuck's sake. A misunderstanding. I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Francisca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve my judgment until after I've investigated this myself. I love, like, the character sprites are, like, the sprites on the first game, except they're on a 3/4 view now. I can put my arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I have no intention to. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Gumshoe. Too slow. Ow! Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up already. Understand? Already? What the fuck did I just say? Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him? A simple yes or no, detective. Ah! Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me, I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Francisca is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. Hey, before we ask Gumshoe, let's take a look at this guy. I'm looking for behind. I think I've seen this man somewhere before.
Nom 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 nom. In Soviet Russia, red flags, lunchboxes eat you.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Jesus. Found it. Uh-oh.
Found it. No. Oh, I can feel a wave of creative power coming on his over 9,000.
What the fuck?
For my next movie, it's going to be the Steel Samurai Warrior Rio Tokyo.
Okay, so it actually is him.
Versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. He's gonna so much boxers.
So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. He's still the director, actually. Isn't he like a co-conspirator? In that case, I don't know. It's been a fucking year since I played that game. Alright, let's go. Initial investigation. No, we have plenty of evidence. Initial investigation. So how was the trial? So how the initial trial going? Investigation going. Why do I read trial, for fuck's sake? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office, sir. That did not have a sir. And we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick response. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here, barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something. Jesus Christ, I have a fucking shit reading cycle. Jesus fuck. And I'd come in advance to wait your flight's arrival. That is sort of odd. She did somehow show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Francisca Von Karma. Miss Von Karma just kind of popped out of the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details. It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was stop her from talking to you, detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all of the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is a high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Alright, guess we need to come back. We're so gonna get fucked. Oh. March 12, 1:37 p.m. So you must be the captain. What voice should I give this guy? He sounds like a douchebag. Well, yes I am. And who might you be? I am the prodigy prosecutor, Francisca Von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Oh, did I give me Leon? Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. Well, what are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. No, I wouldn't bet money on our dear Captain to be so much of a reputable person. You sure don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything about anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave the type of witness to Francisca and her weapon. Where the fuck is he going? Ugh! Bro, Jesus Christ. Yep, yeah, this guy's still here. That's probably this guy talking, right? Now you see here. Ah! Sorry. I'm so sorry. What? How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you. Mr. LeBack. Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Can I talk to you? Talk. Jesus Christ, I'm talking. Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I'm the one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. But I'm the one on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through from Miss Von Karma. Nah, why would you do this to me, Francisca? Did you finish telling the statements yet? Yep, hold on, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo. Hold, I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBack is an art dealer, so he's done a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folks' costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Oh, costumes. Speaking of which, Miss LeBack's hat. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Wait, actually. Now that Edgeworth examined that. Actually, yeah. Alright. How can I present you this, Mr. LeBack? Mr. LeBack, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's a Burgundian cloth. As I suspected, your hand is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course, this fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more. Bloody cloth data updated my organizer. Alright, then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier. No. My cargo this time is much, many gigantic. You detective, when can I get my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. It is no good that the attendant refuses to exit my attendant's room too. Their attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Mr. Nero. What do you mean, that attendant? Nero. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBack? She was talking into the attendant's, she was taken into the attendant's room for her interview. And then, they still have not come out. They have no signal coming out either. I have finished with my own interview, much earlier, quicker than her. Why is Mr. Nero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Up on karma, oh shit. Miles Edgeworth. Were you given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Mr. Nero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room. Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. Oh shit, we're gonna do a fucking battle with her. You may have trick those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Oh shit. Francesca's logic. Let's not complicate things, and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in this very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim seemed calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Francesca. Give me a second. Right, I'm back. Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or, in my kindness, too hard for you to comprehend. Jesus Christ, I can't read for shit. Thank you, but your latency is unnecessary. For I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Anyway, rebuttal. Hold it! Now you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit. I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes. Hey, you say that you're like cooking a pack of instant noodles. I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence. I see she hasn't changed a bit, but I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. Do we have evidence? I think we just established that the body would. We just there you go. I'm sorry, Miss Von Karma. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used the suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all. Hey, must have heard her objection. Now, who's the one who rashly jumped to the conclusion? Excuse me. All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to this conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. A perfect Von Karma is perfect in every way. Did I read that correctly? I think I did. But did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point? As if there is proof of that. Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Bro. Where's the footprints? Here we go. The spilled grape juice in the front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where's the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? Right there. This mark here, when you see it, it looks especially like tracks from 2 wheels. I suppose. Further, there's also a grape juice residue in the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad we've come to your senses. Not so fast, this still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. Oh shit. When just this logic part 2. You prepared your you prepared yourself and acquired a piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed in the suitcase, the plane hit the patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hesitantly put the suitcase back from where you were taken from. You pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Not a bad habit, and not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. So what are you insinuating? But I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you can put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in your logic in one fell swoop. Alright. Interesting bit of testimony there, Francisco. After the turbulence, you prepare yourself and acquire the piggy bank before. There you go. I feel like this game's contradictions are too easy at this moment. I guess it's gonna get harder as we go through. That's usually how the games are. I mean, Phoenix Wright was so goddamn easy at the start. Well, it's not really that easy. But it got hard as shit as the episodes went, so that's probably the same thing's gonna happen here. The fact that you took this evidence this piece of evidence into account in your testimony, I cannot read, is to be commended. Your legal process is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic, essential tools that those who would stand at a courtroom must learn to master. But one of there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix. A fake? This Mr. Igor Flybank is such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then, what about the blood in the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from one of the floors and took it to fabricate the murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted in my personality in my pocket, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Miss Ackby Hicks. Mr. Ackby Hicks. You there? Yes, ma'am. Earned in this piggy bank, was there anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be in use as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. The remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall statics are at the end. But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir. Ugh. If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I'd rather think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside the suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not preferred a more secure place to hide the evidence, which means that the real murder weapon is either still in the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene. There is one small possibility, and that would be that the piggyback is in fact the real murder weapon. The real weapon. But then we just... Let me finish. The killer took the bag out of the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass clear on the door was broken. I said it's perfectly reasonable line of reasoning when you... Let's see. This what means that the killer had the key to the display case. And Ziska, the person you're talking about. Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about has also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well, permission granted, but only if I can sit under your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Miss De Niro is at the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Oh shit, I need to feed my dog real quick. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Shit. Give me a second. Alright. Let's go over here. Oh shit. Well, where's the fucking guy who was interrogating her? So you're the one that poked around here inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating for the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming of you, you know? What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Hey. Mr. Nero. Huh, Mr. Edgeworth. You're here too. Can you please tell us and you shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. I don't know why I gave her robot voice. Yeah, it's a pretty cool music. And there's some more suitcases there. Alright, Miss Tenera. Oh boy, she looks so sad. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken by Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Tenero, is it... There was one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please, answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, What a sudden hesitation. Francisco seems to have struck a nerve. I don't think he's the killer. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes. I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After After you visit the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and just adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Mr. Nair claims I have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. That thing. Oh yeah, the suitcase. Uh... If I could please take a look at this for— if you could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Nero. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about the suitcase you have. You were the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Wait, what? There's nothing you won't find eventually, is there? Oh wait, she's not the killer, right? Nah. Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcase I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there. The last one there. But there were two. So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're so popular, practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. Oh crap. Ugh, I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? For the face. I think it'd be great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. Brock, I could imagine Edgeworth in that suitcase. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is— how should I put this? Jesus Christ. That is one cold way to say it. It's hideous. Oh, wow! What? Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issues with the suitcase isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in that in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story was generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there were only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Mr. Nero, what are one of those suitcases doing here? Yep, this one. I thought you said there were only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. You've used it for a very long time. I think not. There's a tag on it. Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Mr. Nero says? The fucking tag, bro. Tell me, Mr. Nero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine in your suitcase? Ha! What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? About a suitcase? I need to make her voice more like— I don't know how to say that. It's fun having faith in her design sense. The sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in. Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop, and the person who bought the suitcase was... Oh, this is so sad. No one buys it, so she buys it. It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed... It hasn't sold very well, has it? So poorly this design that you... Now I just want to draw Edgeworth. Like, if you guys don't know, I draw shit, so... I feel like the next thing I want to draw now is the time skip Edgeworth from... Was it Justice? Spirit of Justice? At an airport, and his suitcase is just the suitcase to the Arrow made. Oh man, I want to make that wholesome art. I don't know when I'll do it though. I'll probably do that. I'll post it on YouTube, so we'll see it when I do it. And we're deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. But the suitcase didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? Oh, because it's, as you put it, hideous. I can't say they chose a great place to which to sell them either. They weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. So I felt bad seeing them there day in, day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. You buy one every single time you work before. I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt from the purchase. This receipt is clearly time-stamped. 5:40 a.m. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Mr. Nero, what are these other suitcases? They should be all down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer what the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases too? Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be. Mr. Nero, is there any other ways to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that doors there. And what about security? That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to. Which means the culprit is someone who can enter this room. I'm letting the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspect. I can't believe it. Yes, Francisca. Going on these wild goose chases. You're a disgrace to the Von Carmen name. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard. Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Mealy, I asked her earlier that she had this to say. Francisca got information out of Miss Mealy. order to take the elevator, go down to the cargo hold. A different keycard is required. A different one. Yes, and the only person who holds that particular keycard is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you. Ah! What? Is this true, Miss Tenero? Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. I don't believe it. What's wrong? Keycard, it's gone. Ugh. Very clever, pretending that your card was stolen, but in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about that. Well, it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. I look at Gumshoe's just fucking standing there the whole time. Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know what you are leading. I know that you are the lead investigator in this case. However, hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. Hey.